All right, man. I got my mic on. Oh shit! Dan, take it easy. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Beat flow. Oh fuck. Whew. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Toronto Mounties and the Cincinnati Bengals. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Hill. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
I love your jerseys. That's your jerseys.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now ahead. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Here we go. 8-3. Coming after you. Coming after you.
On 1st and 10, Franks under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Franks. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
To throw on 3rd down, Franks. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Yellow. I'm the blue lady. Come on. Sponge. 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 No, no, no. Check, check, check. 15, 15. Kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Good shit. Oh, man. Shouldn't do edibles, guys.
Let's go, blue lady.
It's not good for you.
Shit.
It feels good, though. It just causes you pain.
Come back. I'm on. 80 weapon.
From the gun, it's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Fuck it.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Oh, shit, I'm high. Good shit. Okay.
Justin Tucker for the extra point.
Am I should have stadium or don't I know that win? I didn't ask for this move, by the way. I like it.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, yo, I'm so trash.
This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
I don't know how Justin is testing in the Super Bowl. I'm not worthy. I'm fucking high. Alright, let's see. He has one running back, 2 tight ends, and 2 receivers. I wonder what this could do. I'm guessing it's a run. I feel like he knows better when to put the ball in there.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Fidel Castro. His quarterback name is ass. That's my old running back, by the way, too.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down. Franks going deep for Dick. It's caught inside the 25. A gain there of 30 big ones. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Rush in! Rush in! Rush in!
Looking to throw. Franks. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Oh, Phil just be open little gaps.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Yo, first got a fucking star fire.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Franks. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Well, in my time in football, I've yet to see a playbook that draws up offensive plays designed to lose yardage. A running play loses yardage. 2nd down. What can the offensive coordinator come up with here on 3rd down?
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
He passed him.
From the gun, Franks gets this one to Hill. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
This shit, Dan.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here.
Choked up. I thought he was an end on this side.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to Mixon on first down.
I like that. What's that, 7?
That's it, baby.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Look at Mahomes glowing. He just want to throw the football so bad.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Check 24. Check 24. Yellow. 24 is the mic. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Enough time to get this shit off.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Good shit, though. Yo, that's pass interference, man.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Damn right. pussy.
Hey, Ripley, Ripley.
Let's see.
49 the mic, watch 49. On the
Let me see.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
Jump. Check your hot read. 43. 49, guys.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Good-ass pick there.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Let's see. He might be feeling freaky. Hope me feeling freaky. If you feeling freaky, don't put it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he finds a man on the crossing route.
Yeah, give me that.
And he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, Franks. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Pass. Watch for the pass. Go a little cushion. Watch for the pass.
Motion out of the backfield.
Pass.
59 bucks.
This is Hill on the draw play, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. Operating from the gun, Franks, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there, so go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt it.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Now Tucker to add the PAT.
That was a nice.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Nigga, oh shit, there's no reason for Tucker to break that. That is nutty. Yo, that is nutty. That is nutty. Oh, that's some high fucking, that shit looked like it was far off. That's fucking nuts.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
I hate kicking high.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. The final shot before break. Franks, he's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line them up all the time. That's what I'm going to do. Line them up at tight end and say, all right, keep up. I'm trying to just get this shit over.
On first down, Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete.
Keep up. I told you.
There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Mecole Hardman with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game is to be in our second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
From the gun, Franks. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Franks. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And it's fielded at the 34. Good blocking there and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
All right. You want to see something cute? I'm going to do it again.
Yellow.
Just to the other side.
Here we go.
Oh, shit. Let's see. Maybe Dan has one.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
What? Yo, come on, that's bullshit.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
I don't need to. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Jefferson. I like that. Look at that.
Working from the gun, Mahomes.
I got you, Poppy. I'm sorry,
Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
He's not.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Thank you.
At the goal line.
Thank you.
Picked off with great anticipation. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
Hey, Ripley.
Daniel. I hate Daniel.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25.
It's only the 3rd, bro.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Oh, man, bro. I'm trying to get out of this game. Alright, fuck it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Let's go.
Back to throw. Franks. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pope. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Under 10, under 10, 10, 64, weak. Ready.
From the gun, Franks.
Give me that.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Yellow, yellow. I got one. Shift. He's checking. Yellow. Crash.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is
bullshit. Come on, Daniel. That's why I'm
have to make the play defensively. Tre'Davious White.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Like 40.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
Good shit, man. Gilman, that's my old dude at home.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Old players that just fucking finessing on me now with him. Now he has the 6-yard line. You know what that means? I think he about to freak. I think he about to freak tonight, huh?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Taken in at the 11. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Game. He can't fucking block. How you gotta have him?
Once again, they run with Mixon.
Oliver trying to punch the ball.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Yellow. Let's go on, 80. Yellow. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
On 3rd down, Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. That good for 19 of the first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check safety, check safety. Yellow, yellow. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Mixon with a first down carry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A carry here for the big tight end. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Attack!
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Attack! Ship! Jam! Switch it. Come on, switch it. Mike 55. Here we go.
On 2nd down, Mixon. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
What is all this for?
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Mahomes going to go on fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Yellow.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
We've seen this offense go for it on fourth down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.